Hello all and welcome back to another YouTube video. So today guys, this is a bit of a spontaneous one. My wife's in Trafford Centre, as you can see in the back there. She's got to do some shopping and she's got a meeting as well, so there's about an hour or two to kill, so I thought why not make a video. I made a video on this Peugeot 208 a few weeks back and it got a fantastic response. I'm absolutely overwhelmed by the response it got, especially with the subscribers. It's ridiculous. I'm very surprised. So yeah, thank you all for the incredible response to the Peugeot 208. So I thought why not milk it and make another video on it. So as you can see, still got the car. Had it now, how long have I had it now? About five or 6 weeks for this car, I guess. And done in total about 1,400 miles. So I know I titled the video as a 1,000-mile review, but I have actually done 1,400. It just sounds better, doesn't it, saying that I've done 1,000. But yeah, I thought I'd give an insight as to how it's been for me. So yeah, let's hop inside. Let's go for a drive around some more car parks around Trafford Centre, and let's give you an insight as to what I think of this car. Okay, so what I would like to begin with is the miles per gallon side of things, because that has been an absolute game changer in this. This is a mild hybrid, for those who have seen my first video. It's time that I've had a hybrid for such a long time and it's been absolutely fantastic. I've mentioned it before when I drove the EV cars as well, that for now, until we don't have the infrastructure, hybrid is the way forward if you are looking to save those pennies. Let's get more into the actual costs. So this car, like I said, I went on a long run in this, did a 400-mile round trip in this, went from Manchester to London and back, which was a total of, like I said, 400 miles. I put £50 of fuel into this car and I very comfortably went there and back, and I also did still have 100 miles of range. I did actually manage to squeeze out 110 miles. I just want to see how good it did. So yeah, it's absolutely brilliant that this car was able to give me 510 miles from 52 pounds, I believe it was 52 pounds. It managed to give 510 miles, so that's absolutely fantastic. It's the best that I've achieved so far in any of the cars that I've had. So yeah, in terms of miles per gallon, it's absolutely brilliant. Let's get on to some negatives, because unfortunately there has been some negatives, and as my subscribers know, all 5 of you, well, I can't say that anymore because I have now got a few subscribers, so thank you very much. But yeah, as some of you may know, my older subscribers, let's say, I give very honest reviews, and it's best that I do share all of my personal experiences with this car, and I'll tell you what I've not liked or the hindrances I've experienced with this car. First one being that the passenger side front footwell light has decided to pop out itself. I want to blame that on general build quality. As you know, the French cars aren't as, they're not built as meticulously as other as cars from other countries, but that is something that I have noticed, and it is dangling as we speak right now. The light is dangling as we speak right now. So yeah, that's something that has happened, and it's, like I said, it's a very new car. It's only got 3,000 miles on it, 3,400 now. But yeah, don't really expect that from a brand new car. It's not really a good look, is it? Another thing that I've picked up on this, minor, you can say, especially if you've got sunglasses, is that the dash itself, there's a chrome lip that goes around it. Aesthetically, it looks absolutely brilliant. You know, it's quite a sporty, upmarket look, which is great. But on days like today, where the sun is out, I know, granted, we don't get a lot of sun here, but when we do get sun, that chrome lip, it is blinding. It is absolutely blinding to the eye, that is. I remember when we were going to London, and again, the sun was out that day as well, rather miraculously, but it was out, and I literally could, it it diverted so much of my attention, you know, away from the road motorway, because of this chrome reflection shining into my eyes. So yeah, luckily I had sunglasses, of course, which overcame that. But that is a bit of a design fault, which has been overlooked from them. But yeah, again, it's something that I have noticed. The third negative, which is probably the most worrying or severe, let's say. Like I said, this car's only got 3,400 miles only, and already this car, you start it up. I mean, it's been, like I said, it's been driven every day. I've been driving it myself, not been rallying it because it's not that kind of car. You know, it's silly to drive a car fast like this, isn't it? But yeah, so I've been looking after it, been driven every day, but still, even though it's a brand new car, it's happened now on about 6 or 7 occasions where you start the car and the engine management light comes on. Why is an engine management light coming on? Already, I've literally been, if this was my own personal car, I've only been, let's just say, I would have only had this car for 5 weeks. In 5 weeks, this car's already shown me the engine management light about 6 or 7 times. That's rather worrying, isn't it? So yeah, that is something that has happened. There has been no difference in the way it drives or in the way it performs. You know, it's been absolutely fine, and the light does eventually go away itself. But it is rather worrying seeing a light that says engine repair needed or something to that effect anyway. So yeah, that is something that has happened as well. Not very comforting, is it? Let's flip it back to some positives again. So this user interface has been absolutely brilliant. I think honestly it's been better than the interfaces that I've used in more premium vehicles than this. It's absolutely faultless. It's perfect. It works every time. Every time I sit in this car, the phone connects itself to CarPlay, and you know, off you go. It's brilliant. There's been times where I've sat in more premium cars and it doesn't connect right away. You have to disconnect and then connect again. It's just a bit of a hassle. But in this, I've never experienced that. It's just been the first time every time, which is brilliant. The screen itself is fantastic, nice and clear. CarPlay works on it, which is brilliant. You got Apple Maps on there. You got all your songs. You got Spotify. It's brilliant. It's really, really good software. A great screen, and yeah, they have mastered that, which is great, isn't it? Another thing as well that I do want to mention, it's not just my perception on this, it's my father's as well, is that, of course, it's only a Peugeot 208. It's a small car. Now, when I took this on the motorway, I do have to give it credit because I was a bit timid in taking this car on the motorway because, again, it is a smaller car. I was taking my family with me, and I've never actually taken a small car on a long distance trek. So I was a bit fearful, to be honest with you. But this car, for what it is, it was absolutely brilliant. You know, it drove like a car that was bigger, is really well built. It held the road reasonably well. You did feel secure in driving this. It wasn't scary. You didn't think that you were gonna die every time a truck went by or anything of the sort. So yeah, I was very impressed by that the overall build quality of the car, the way it drove in particular, was of a high standard, which is very comforting. Another thing that I want to mention as well, like I said, I've been using this car as a daily. I've been taking my family around in it. People who sit in the back of this car, of course it's a small car, they do get quite claustrophobic quite quickly in this. Now, I think one of the main reasons of that is the small windows. I believe they focus so much on the design of the car from the outside that it has taken a bit of a hit for the passengers who want to sit in the back, because the windows have compromised and they are smaller, you know, just making the cabin seem a bit claustrophobic. Because I remember, in comparison to a VW Golf, the windows are not massive. Still looks good, of course, but the windows are not massive. It doesn't give that claustrophobic feeling at all. So yeah, that is one thing that I have had some feedback from my passengers. Another thing that I do want to mention as well, again, I'm flipping again to a negative now, is the warnings that you get on the display. Now, it's a good feature, of course, that you do get a warning if you're too close to a car in front or an obstacle in front. Whatever it is in front, you do get a warning, which is, of course, a very good safety feature. It would be better if that warning was instantaneous, because what I have noticed, of course, I'm originally a BMW driver, let's say. Well, I've got the stereotype, at least, of a BMW driver, and I do have the habit, unfortunately, of driving a bit close to other objects, let's say. And I have had this warning several times, and it's always been about a second or two too late. So if it is someone who is genuinely, or who has genuinely made a mistake, or select on the steering wheel, or whatever it is, that warning wouldn't be sufficient at all, because you would have already hit the person or the car or whatever obstacle it is, whatever obstacle it is in front of you, you would have probably already have hit it, because there is a bit of a delay. That's another thing that I've noticed as well. Okay guys, that's all for today. I thought I'd give you a quick summary of what I felt of the car, how it's been for me, the positives and the negatives. Of course, we're very, very truthful on this channel. But overall, honestly, this car has been absolutely brilliant. Like I said, when I first got it, when I got told I was getting a Peugeot, you know, I wasn't really too interested or excited, but it has really changed my mind. It has changed my perception on the car. It's been absolutely fantastic. Looks great, drives really good, is fantastic on fuel. So yeah, all round, really impressed with it, and it is a car that should be strongly considered if you're out in the market to purchase such a car. So yeah guys, thank you very much for watching the video, if you're still watching it, and I hope you have a lovely Sunday. Make the most of this weather. Probably we've got another week of it. So yeah guys, enjoy, take care, see you in another video. Bye bye.